Welcome. My name is Nicole, and this is our Winter Solstice class. It's going to be an hour long, all the things class. But honoring the Winter Solstice, let's start on our back. Let's start in Shavasana. And as we come down, just consider releasing. Right? So once the winter solstice is the darkest time of the year, we're coming to our darkest point before everything moves towards the light again. So symbolically, and even more so with this being the year of the snake, let's for this class consider what we'd like to shed and leave behind, so that we can move forward with grace. So just take a moment here, connect to your breath, contemplate what you want to leave behind, what you want to shed as we move again towards the light. Beautiful. And you can just come back to that intention anytime during this practice. For now, let's hug our knees in and let's just begin real gently here, warming up. A little roll back and forth on the low back. And then hands on your knees. Exhale, straighten your arms, press your knees away, flatten your back along the mat. And then pull in. Exhale, press the knees away. Inhaling and exhaling. And then let the feet come down. Then cactus your arms. And then let's windshield wiper the knees off. Exhaling off one way. Inhale through center. Exhale. Inhale. And then come through center. And let's go ahead and rock up to a seated position. Take a cross-legged, comfortable, easy seat here. Take a moment to grow a little in your spine, engaging your core. And let your right ear drop down to your right shoulder. And just warm up our neck a little here and spine. And then roll down, chin to chest, and let the ear, your left ear, come over to your left shoulder. And then these little half moons here, real slow, no forcing, trying to be real gentle with it. And then maybe you want to look up, make a full circle now. And then little half moons the other way. And if you want to full circle it around, just be nice and gentle. Keep breathing deeply. Yeah, and then your head back to center. Look over your right shoulder now. And tip your nose to your right armpit. See if you can access the stretch. Maybe you feel it in a different part of your neck here. And then inhale, look up through center, over your left shoulder, nose to armpit. Breathe into your sensations. Beautiful. Bring your head back through center. And now let's circle your little spinal circles around. You can have your hands on your knees to kind of just help direct you around here. And then switch. Beautiful. Reach off to the right and then really sweep the left fingers up and arc over. Press down and away with that bottom hand to help give you a little lift there in the side body. So look up or just rest the head down, your choice. And inhale, come back through center. Left fingers reach off now and sweep the right fingers up and over. Pressing down with that bottom hand, keeping it active. And then inhale, back, center. Beautiful. Let's go ahead, move around now onto all fours. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, table. And then you want a cat-cow here. Tilt the belly down and the tailbones up and press down strongly with the hands, fingers spreading. Look up. And then pull through your core around behind the back of the heart. Drop the head for cat. And then just go ahead and rock back and forth here. Try to smooth out the movements with your breath. Beautiful. Now, let's step into plank. You can always modify plank by lowering the knees. Press down strongly with the hands so you don't feel like you're collapsing in the shoulders or behind the heart. Few breaths warming up. And then we're going to prepare to pull back, hips back and up for downward dog. Pedaling out the feet here. Deep breaths. And then bend your knees, look between your hands, step through. Inhale, halfway look forward, pull your chin, chest forward. Exhale, drop the head. Take a few breaths here with a bend in your knees, grabbing opposing elbows. You can sway a little. Try to relax your neck and jaw. And then fingers down, inhale, halfway look forward. Pull your heart forward. Bend in those knees, hands to hips, all the way to standing. Beautiful. Let's do some sun salutation-like flows here. So you can have your feet together or under your hips. Little bend in those knees. Inhale, fingers to the sky. Swan dive over those legs. Inhale, halfway look forward. Exhale, step back into plank. Pause at the top. And then hugging elbows in, slightly shift forward on those toes. Keep your shoulders lifting. Lower the chaturanga. And then let the belly come down. Roll your shoulders up and back. No hands, baby cobra, no arms as we just warm up. And press it into plank. Exhale back into downward dog. Take 3 deep breaths here. And more deep breath in. And out. Inhale your right toes to the sky. Try to keep your pelvis level here. And then come up on the ball of the back foot. Knee in the navel. Shift that foot through between your hands so we're in low lunge. And drop the back heel down. We're going to prepare to inhale, cartwheel the arms up into warrior 2. See if you can find shoulder placement over your hips. And then look out over that middle finger. Breathe deeply. Now we're going to take our right forearm down on our right thigh. Take the left finger, sweep across the front. And then really extend. And then roll that shoulder back down. So it's here, here. You can stay here, or you can bring that right hand down to the floor on the inside or outside of your right foot. Inhale, come back up through warrior 2. Cartwheel your hands over your front foot. Back heel turns up. Plank. Pause. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower. Chaturanga. All the way down. Inhale, baby cobra, no arms. Exhale, plank to downward dog. Take 3 breaths. Hips high. And then we're going to left toes to the sky. Coming up on the ball of the back foot. Knee and a navel. Curl in, step through. Back heel comes down. Cartwheel the arms up. Warrior 2 on the left side. Looking out over that middle finger. Feeling strong. Ready to let go of all those things that don't serve us. Or at least that one, at least that one that we wanted, right? I'm going to shed that and begin anew. All right, let your left forearm come down on your thigh. Your right fingers are gonna sweep across. And then really reach. And then draw the shoulder back down. It's not like tucking in your ear. You want to lower the hand, left hand to the floor, you can, either side. And then inhale, warrior two. Come over your front foot. Back heel lifts. Your plank. Lower, shoulders lifting, chaturanga, all the way down. And then this time, you can add a little, the hands down. Or inhale, drawing the shoulders up, squeezing back. Hands are like snaking my chest forward, pulling my heart. Now, so not up, but into me. Lower. Press into plank. And exhale back into downward dog. So we're breath. Now this time we'll bend in those knees, look forward. Step your right foot about almost to your hands, like halfway. Turn your back heel down. And you may want blocks on either side here. So begin to straighten that front leg. And as we do, we're squaring that right hip back. You can have your hands behind. Bring the wrists all the way overhead. Or just stay balancing. And then you've brought the wrist overhead. Release. Hands around that front foot. Turn your back heel up. Little bend in that front knee. Shift forward. Now we're in supported warrior three. Your hips are squaring down. You don't want your hip opening open. And you can stay here or come all the way up. Into warrior three. And then go ahead and step that left foot back, either fingers down or just bounce it back to plank. Pausing at the top here. Now this time, we're going to rotate the heels to the right. Weight to the right. Left fingers are going to sweep up and over, back into plank hands. Heels turn to the left. Right hand sweeps up and back into plank hands. I need a little flow here. Inhaling and exhaling. Last time to the left. Back to plank. Exhale, push your hips back to downward dog. Take a few breaths. You can always rest in a child's pose if ever you need. Now, left toes to the sky. And we're going to step halfway up. Turn your back heel in. And then maybe have blocks if you'd like. As you begin to strain that left leg, pyramid pose, pulling it back so it's square. So you can have a flat back. You could balance something here if you needed to. Core is really engaged. Go here. Or you can interlace the fingers and bring the wrist overhead. That balance shoulder opener as well. And then release those hands if you have interlaced them. Begin to shift your weight forward into your left leg, fingers out a little ways or on blocks, and then lift your right toes, supported warrior 3, or lift off. And then go ahead and lower those right toes down, bend in those knees, separate the feet, grab opposing elbows, and sway it out. Releasing your neck here, and jaw. And then inhale, halfway look forward. Step back into plank. Pause. Just a couple more breaths. You can do it. Build that strength. Shed that skin. we can get stronger. And then hug the elbows in. Ankle shoulders lifting. Lower slowly all the way down. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and grab a Sphinx pose here. Bring your forearms out in front. Press down. Help you lift up through your chest. Draw your elbows in. Just like the slightly in and away action going on here with the arms. Breathe. Pick your right leg up. Reach it back further. Pick your left leg up. Reach it back further. And then come down. Hands under shoulders. Let's go ahead and press back into a child's pose for a moment. Stand up, knees wide, toes touch. Using your hands to help send your hips back towards your feet. Rest your forehead down here. Take several relaxing breaths before we begin our next little series. Beautiful. Go ahead and come on up onto all fours. And from here, let's pull through your core, sort of rounding. You can step that right foot through between your hands. Lift your back knee. We're in this low lunge here. You want to add a little forward and backward. On the ball of the back foot, you can, or you can hold still. You can also be up higher on blocks. Now lower that back knee. And let's open our right foot off a little more to the side of the mat. And breathe here. You could stay here, or maybe you want to come down lower onto your forearms. Keep energetically, not just letting everything fall out, but keep drawing this right knee into your midline. And then hands under shoulders. If you've come down, come on back up. And then from here, weight a little more in your left hand so you can kick the back foot in, reach for it or lasso it. And then kick away, create like a bow resistance. Look over the right shoulder. And then release. And we're going to do half splits here. So hands can come around that front foot again. Press straight in the front leg. So you square that right hip back to meet the left. And then inhale. Shift back forward. Curl your back toes under. Lift that back knee. Step through plank. And then step the left foot through. Other side. So we're in this low lunge. If you want that forward and backward on the ball, the back foot, you can. And then lower that back knee. Open their left foot off a little more towards the edge of the mat. So you have your wrists on shoulders. You could be up high, or maybe you want to come down low on your forearms. Breathe wherever you are. Deep breaths into those sensations. And if you've come down, come on up. Let me send the weight a little more in that right hand. So you can reach the left hand back, kick the back foot in, lasso, or grab the foot and then kick away. And then release. Come back around, hands around your front foot. As we prepare for half splits, straightening the front leg, squaring the left hip back with the right. You want your right knee about right under your right hip here. Pulling your heart, chin forward, and then letting the head drop from there. And then go ahead and shift forward with the back knee. Step into plank. Pause. And then keep the shoulders lifting, elbows hugging in, lower, all the way down. Beautiful. Let's do a little locust, interlacing the hands behind the low back. Check out your shoulders, pick them up. Pull your fists to the back of the mat. Lift your chest, lift your toes. Breathe. And then release. Rest your forehead on your hands. Maybe sway the hips out a little here. And then hands under shoulders. Roll your toes under. Press into plank. And step your right foot through again between your hands. Lower your back knee. And come on up. And you can keep your hands on your thigh. You could sink lower through the hips. You can interlace the hands behind the low back. And then low back bend. So if your hands are here, you just press so you can feel the lift in the upper back in your heart space. And then go ahead and come on out. Step your right leg back. So we're in all fours. Pull your left foot through. So we do the other side. And you come up high, pressing hands into thigh here. Or you can begin to sink pretty much straight down through the hips. Interlacing the hands behind. Arcing the heart up and back. Or being here. Anywhere along the way. Go ahead and come on out. It's always trippy when the blue sky is kind of disorienting. All right, lift the back. Wait. Lift the back knee. And now we're going to pivot the toes to the long edge of the mat. Slightly pointed in, knee slightly bent. And then your hips to the sky. You can forward fold. You can have your hands on blocks. You could grab each toe. But let the head hang, jaw relax. Take some breaths here. Fingers under shoulders, hand press up halfway. Look forward, bend in those knees. Now, slightly turn the toes out. And then bend the left leg, and through center. Bend the right knee, through center. Exhaling off to the side, inhaling through center. And if you want to go a little deeper in Skandasana, you can with no hands. Inhaling and exhaling. Just a couple more. And back through center. Walk your hands back to low lunge. And then back into plank. Lowering the knees. Swaying it out here. And then we're going to extend our right fingers and our left toes, opposing fingers and toes. Really reach away from one another. And then curl in. Press out. Inhaling and exhaling, pressing away. And then stay extended. Kick the back foot in. Let that right hand sweep around for the, reach for the foot, kick up, half bow. And then release. Sway it out. And then we're going to switch. So, right toes, left fingers. Really reaching away from one another. And then curl in. Press fingers and toes away. Curl in like a cat. Press away. Stay extended. Kick the back foot in. With the left hand sweep around, reach for the foot or ankle. And then kick up. Half bow. And then go ahead and release. Come down. Sway it out. Beautiful. All right, from here, let's get into some pigeon. So you can draw your right knee behind your right wrist. Pivot your left heel to the left, and then scoochie the back leg out. So your right heel is going to rest about where your left hip is. And you want your hips to be squaring to the short edge of the mat. Engage so you can lift off. If you're really tight, you can stick a block under this hip. Be super helpful, because otherwise you might want to be leaning off to the side to get away from so much sensation. So you can try to find the right amount of sensation to work with so you're not stressing yourself out. And then over time, the hips will open and sink for you. Breathe wherever you are. Maybe you want to come forward. You can always stay high. If you want to add a little more here, you can kick the back foot in, twist to the right, let that right shoulder come down, left shoulder come down, and then reach for the foot. Go ahead, if you've taken the bind, release the back foot. Coming back around. Inhale, snake ourselves up. Inhale, wherever you are, let's raise our fingers to the sky. And then exhale, release, let the hip drop off to the right, and let that back leg is going to sweep all the way around here and hook just above your right knee. See evenly on your sitting bones, so take time to adjust. Nice and tall, left fingers behind. Inhale, get really nice and tall, right fingers to the sky, and then twist. We slightly come forward so we can hook and re-straighten, or we can just clasp the knee and the elbow and look over the right shoulder. Now, inhale back to center. And then the rest of you. Let's extend our left leg long and draw our right heel into our midline. Again, take time to sit evenly. Sit tall, engage our core, and then we're gonna twist over that left leg and then fold. If you're having trouble maintaining the twist in this, you can bring your left fingers off to the side and just very gently, no forcing, but just to kind of help maintain the twist so we don't end up, want to be kind of coming to the outside of this left knee here. I'm going to go ahead and come back up. And come back to all fours. And we're going to do that sequence on the other side. You want to sway it out, you can. And then we're going to draw that left knee this time behind left wrist. Pivoting the left heel into the right side of the mat. So your left heel is kind of going to hang out about right where your right hip begins. And then we're going to make sure we're engaging so much we can lift off. Trying to square to the short edge of the mat. And then you can stay here. You can stick a block under that left hip so you can help relax it down. Or maybe you got that so far and you want to forward fold, you can. All these places are really great. And then to go in a little deeper, engage, twist, dropping the right shoulder down, letting that right hand rest in the middle of the back, kicking your back foot in, reaching. Beautiful. If you grab the back leg, release. Forward. And then wherever you are, we're going to inhale, fingers to the sky. Nice and tall. And then let the hips drop to the left. This back leg slowly comes all the way around and hooks over your left knee. Take time to adjust so you're sitting evenly here. Sitting tall. Right fingers behind. Inhale, left fingers to the sky. Really reach. And then you come forward, hook, re-straighten and look over the right shoulder. Or just hook the knee and work it that way. And think length on the inhale and slight twist on the exhale. And then turn your head back. The rest of you lean back. We're going to let our right leg come out and draw our left heel into our midline. Setting it up, engaging, so we can twist over that right leg and then fold. And then you use this right hand as a kickstand to kind of help maintain that twist, if you like. eyes. Just breathe into those sensations. Enjoy them. Okay? Now go ahead and come on up. Let's bring the soles of the feet together now for some Baddha Konasana. Pressing them strongly so you can feel the engagement happening in your legs. Reach behind you, lift, get tall, maybe even scooch more towards your feet if that's available. And then you can open the feet like a book, keep the binding, and keep energetically drawing into you so it kind of stays active. And if you want to stay high or you want to forward fold, that is up to you. Inhale, come on up. And the knees, and prepare to come down onto our backs. Oh, you're doing so good. Making it through. Last little bit. Honoring our shortest day, longest night. All right, so let's go ahead and do a bridge and then a wheel, or yeah, we'll start with bridge and then you can either stay there or move on to the full wheel. So for bridge, roll each shoulder under a little more, press those hips up, and either tear the mat apart to get even more juice here, or interlace the fingers, press those wrists down, maybe roll the shoulders under even more, hips high, breathe. And then go ahead and release and lower, rolling down as slowly and articulated as possible here. But relax. Taking either 2 more bridges, or we're gonna do wheel next. So fingers behind, fingertips face your shoulders, and then you can either press to the top of your head and then work on pressing that belly button straight to the sky from there, or you can just press straight up depending on you. Breathe. And then go ahead and come down nice, slowly, gently, wherever you are. Pause, knock those knees in. Couple breaths before our last one. All right, get ready. And however you want to get there, whether you're doing bridge or wheel, and press those hips up. And release. Beautiful. Take a moment. Okay, grab a happy baby here, grabbing the outside edges of the feet. Draw the knees down to the outside of the torso. Roll around on the low back if that feels good, or just hold still. And then release that. Let's get a twist in here. Right leg over left. Pick your hips up. Move them to the right a smidge and let the knees drop to the left. Look, reach to the right. And then come back through center. Come undone. And switch sides here. So left leg over right leg. Hips up to the left a smidge. Knees to the right. Look, reach to the left. Go ahead and come back through center. Coming undone. Cactus your arms. Place your flexed right foot just above your right knee. So you're making a figure 4 shape here with your feet. And then we're going to tick-tock the knees off one way. Inhale through center. Exhale slowly the other way. Just a few rounds. And through center, switch sides. Left ankle on top, foot flexed, and tick-tock the knees. And through center, coming undone here. Hug the knees in, do a little roll again on the low back. And then come, place the soles of the feet together, let the knees drop open here. A few more deep breaths into your hip space. Now begin to lengthen the legs out along the mat as we prepare for our final resting pose, Shavasana. Final resting pose on our darkest day. So bring again your intention to mind of what you're trying to shed this year as you move forward and what you put the work in for here. Just bring it to mind and then let it go. Let everything go. Let the earth fully support you. Let your palms open up and take any adjustments that you need here so that you can take a nice, lengthy rest symbolically, right? So let us die and be renewed upon reawakening. Breathe into any sensations that arise. Encourage your body to relax with each exhalation. And I will guide you out in just a few minutes. Begin to deepen your breath. Bring the light back in, life. Roll to a side. Pause. And let us feel that renewal as we slowly rise back up. Ready to begin again. Thank you so much for this wonderful practice and allowing me to usher in this amazing time of the year, right? Our winter and summer solstices are the most dramatic, right? They're our most heat and energy, and then our darkest, coldest, maybe not coldest, but symbolically. So Thank you. It was lovely. I hope you wish you nothing but the best for this next season and that you can have shed that skin and are ready to move forward with grace. The light within me sees and recognizes the light within you. Take care.